you guys remember the hurricane that hit Puerto Rico in September 2017? In fact, it was the most devastating hurricane they have seen in 80 years. Can you imagine living without power for a 5-month period? Hi, my name is Matthew Zhao, and me and our team Power Moves are glad to show you the presentation that we have made for today. But before we get started, me and our team would like to introduce ourselves, starting with Mercy Walker.
Hi, my name is Mercy Walker. I go to Gregory Middle School. I'm in the 7th grade. A very fond memory I had is when me and my teammates were all laughing and having a good time when I showed them the meme of Michael Rosen in one of his kids' poems. He said, "Nos," and it was funny how he said nice.
Hi, I'm Kennedy Perkins. I'm an 8th grader at Burridge Middle School, and my favorite moment with my teammates was when we went to play laser tag and Trevor broke his phone.
Hi, my name is Trevor Taylor. I'm in 6th grade, and I go to Brooks. A cool memory that I have on my team was when we went to the library and bonded.
Hi, I'm Maria Lambert. I'm in 8th grade. I go to Still Middle School, and my favorite memory was when we all bonded over Starbucks cake pops.
Hi, my name is Rosamund Zhao, and I'm in 8th grade, and I'm going to school in middle school. One of my favorite moments is when my brother played laser tag and he chipped his tooth. And yes, it was
And me, Maxwell Zhao. My most favorite memory working together with the team was when we were playing a make-believe game and I created a unicorn that advertises Nike. So, as you can see, small countries do not have power grids to withstand natural disasters, causing the citizens to endure tragic and difficult living conditions. This is why our group, Power Moves, has chosen this topic today since it isn't that widely addressed and it needs to be. But for now, I'd like to give it to Kennedy and Mercy to talk about the team development.
So from the very beginning, we all had goals and expectations that we wanted to work on and get better at. And for example, mine was to be more concise and time management.
Our team also had a team constitution, and our constitution was to respect each other, treat each other like family, and when we disagree, respectfully disagree, and have a reason behind our disagreement.
So along with those two, we had roles, but at the end of the day, we just helped out wherever needed and gave each other feedback and advice along with the assigned responsibilities. Now Kennedy will give you guys more background about our project.
Thanks, Percy. And I know what you're thinking. What is a power grid? How does it work? A power grid is when power travels from power plant to power plant, called the power distribution grid. This grid is pretty public in suburban and rural areas. It is pretty easy to see. That is why the power grid is the most common source of energy in the world. But the problem is small countries and territories such as Haiti, the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, and many more small countries and territories don't have modern or stable power grids that could withstand natural disasters, mostly because they don't have the finances they need. For example, this is a small territory. Puerto Rico is in a $9 billion debt, and that's just the utility bill. Not only is this a small territory, but this territory is part of the United States of America, yet nobody's doing enough in a fast enough time to help them. When Puerto Rico finally fixed their power grid, who's to say that when another natural disaster hits them, that the power grid will withstand the natural disaster? And don't get me wrong, they are trying to fix it, but 5 months later, most of the country still doesn't have enough power. That's when my team was put into action. We decided that we needed a cheap but creative way to help Puerto Rico with their problem. Puerto Rico needs power because they need to learn in school, they need to survive in hospitals, and they need to go home to refrigerated food. My team decided to get more work done that would split our group up into two separate groups. One group researching about Puerto Rico's power grid, and the other group researching about Texas and Florida's power grid and how a power grid works. The group researching about Texas and Florida's power grid also wrote in a Google Doc the pros and cons of alternate energy sources that we thought will help Puerto Rico in their problem. In that Google Doc, we also wrote facts that we thought were unique about the energy source that we're researching about. And I'll pass it to Maria to explain our options.
Thank you, Kennedy. So, as you know, Puerto Rico is committed to repairing the current power grid. However, the question is whether or not it's going to work. It's inevitable that they're going to use the grid considering the government laws and what it allows and what it doesn't allow. But the question is if it's reliable by itself, which is why I'm here to present to you the other possible solutions that we could use with the power grid. So there are many other different forms of power, but we have to eliminate a lot of them all for the same reason. They all have severely negative effects on our environment. For example, tidal energy manipulates and threatens ocean levels. Biomass energy is not clean when burned. Nuclear energy is also not clean when burned. And wave energy could possibly affect sea life. So now we know all the ones that don't work. Let me go into what a power grid is so you can have more insight. As Kennedy already explained, power travels from power plant to power plant called the power distribution grid. The power from the power plants go into the wires that you might see while you're driving down a highway or even down a regular street. These wires carry the electricity that you use to fuel your homes every day. And it can make you pretty happy because, I mean, you need power. So, the good things about power grids are it has low monthly rates and a very positive environmental impact. However, the financial upfront is very costly, which can leave you drowning in cash. The maintenance and setup of the grid is also a hassle, as not only the setup of the grid is pretty painful, but you also have to frequently check up on it. And I know that I would rather be doing my time with someone else. And now we have solar panels. Solar panels are panels on the roofs of houses that transform sunlight into energy, which is cool. They're renewable, abundant, and silent. However, it has exotic materials, and for all we know, they could be kryptonite. However, if the materials are exotic, then maybe that could be a good thing, as we've been using the same resources over and over and over. So an expansion of materials could maybe be a good thing for the human race moving forward. But that's just my opinion. And now we have wind turbines. If you want a mental image, just think of a giant pinwheel sticking out of the ground. It transforms wind into energy. It takes the kinetic energy from the wind and it transforms it into energy, therefore creating electricity. It's cheap and the power is free. I mean, I'd hate to have people charge me each time the wind blows. However, it doesn't run steadily. I mean, what are you going to do when the wind doesn't blow? Have no power? It's also very noisy. So the residents in the area had many noise complaints. I mean, there weren't that many residents in the area, as you can't build much in that area anyway. They take up like a lot of space. It also kills 250,000 of birds annually. And I feel pretty bad for Big Bird here. He'd have no friends. So there you have it. We have solar panels, we have wind turbines, and we have power grids as our 3 possible solutions. And now I have Gracie here to present to you our final decision.
Thank you. As Maria and Kennedy already said, Puerto Rico is currently rebuilding their power grid, which isn't up to par. But it isn't too late, and we can still do something about it. We have identified a 4-step approach that will ensure Puerto Rico and small countries don't suffer loss of power for extended periods. First are drones. Drones will prioritize focus and they will give the operators of the power grid live feeds and reports that will make it easier to fix any damages that may occur. Second, solar cells can be used as another source of energy. Using the monocrystalline cells, one cell can provide power for every 3 houses. To give 20% of the population power, it will cost $5.3 billion. And a keynote to mention is that 5 months after Hurricane Maria, nearly 500,000 people are still without power and still in the dark. Thirdly, wind turbines. Our plan is to modify the pre-existing wind turbines. They will have larger blades to push more air. They'll be made out of softer materials so they're less noisy. And in addition, they'll be retractable so when a storm comes, the blades can be tucked away, and when it passes, they can be brought back out. Last but not least, funding. The needed funds can come from multiple sources, i.e. the U.S. government, nonprofits, allies, and corporations. It is not our intention for the needed funds to come from a single source. Our plan is essential and useful for any small country. And now I'll turn it over to Trevor, who will talk about the website. And as you may have noticed, we're using Puerto Rico as our main example because their issue is currently going on today.
Thank you, Bercy. So, have you all heard of Weebly? For those of you who don't know, it's a program that designs websites. I knew about Weebly, but before joining Junior AXO, I had never used it. Well, you will not believe how easy it is to use. Let me show you what my team and I did to create the Power Moves website. So here is the homepage. My teammates and I wanted to do something that would immediately catch your attention. And then we thought, Puerto Rico needs us. We'll do just that. Then we added a visual to go along with the statement. Now let's go to the background page. So here's the background page. Kennedy has already presented this information in detail, but I'm here to highlight a few important facts about the hurricane. So for example, it says, power utility, $9 billion in debt. That's a lot more, so they already owed, and then the hurricane hits and adds on to the problem. And now let's go to that page. That page. So here's where we propose ideas to help Puerto Rico. For example, drones, wind energy, and solar energy. And now let's go to the About page. So this page basically shows what each of us did to contribute to this project. For example, Maxwell is the co-website designer and encourager. And down here it shows why he chose this project and what it means to him. And last but not least, the support page. So here's where you come in. If you want to help Puerto Rico, then scroll down and click on one of these sites below. These sites will let you donate to existing charities that are trying to help Puerto Rico. We chose these sites because we feel that they're reliable and trustworthy. Now, I would like to present to you Nia with the summary.
Thank you, Trevor. When you go in public, have you ever realized how many people use their technology? You could be out in the park and see people use their cell phones, or in a restaurant and see people paying their food on a tablet. And we're so used to this technology that we take it for granted. For example, have you ever worried about water coming out of your sinks or having a source of light for your room? I mean, these are the things that we complain about most of the time, but people in small countries will be blessed to have the technology that we use every second of our lives. This is why my team is determined about this problem, and we chose the best solution. And I know that you guys are caught up with your daily activities, but with the time that you use on watching your favorite TV show, you can do a lot to impact this world. For example, you can join a ministries team. My favorite ministries team is Calvary's Ministries team. Recently, I met up with them, and they've been doing a lot to help Puerto Rico with their recent issue with Hurricane Maria. For example, they've been rebuilding buildings that have been destroyed and giving people food who don't have a source. But just knowing that our Congress knows that Puerto Rico is a part of America and they're not doing as much to help them shows how much America cares about this world. And just knowing that we have the sources to help people in need and not taking as much advantage of it needs to change. Doesn't mean that yes, currently you're not dealing with the problem, doesn't mean that you can't help. And if the script flipped, you would want us as much as help too. Thank you. But before I end this presentation, me and my team would like to share with you guys our lessons learned throughout Junior Axel. One of our lessons learned is that how my team worked their weaknesses. How about you, Kimberly?
We also learned how power moves, get it, and how it's distributed.
We learned that there are many aspects to fixing power-related problems, such as if the government deems it an important issue.
We learned that this is an important issue that requires lots of money and global awareness.
We also learned that despite our roles, we have interchangeable qualities.
And we also learned that we spent a bit too much time researching on the front end instead of actually putting more work and time into the final product.
Thank you for your time.